So I see God. This is a poem I wrote. I think I might have finished writing it on my birthday in 2014. But I wrote it when I was in hospital. I had an interesting disease. I don't know where it came from, but it was bad enough to get me to hospital. So in the midst of like a baby crying next door who had just been born, and I don't know, me not being able to sleep well, I wrote this. The one song that I remember listening to every day, it's a Christian song, so if you're offended by my Christianity, you'll be fine. It is called Oceans. I'll sing the chorus. If you know it, you can just sing along. So I'll sing it just so that I can get comfortable enough to start the poem, yeah? Spirit, lead me when my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters, wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith could be made stronger in the presence of your Spirit. I had forgotten another song. But that's it. That's just the chorus, but the entire song is beautiful. It's called Oceans. You can look it up. You will love it. It's by Hillsong. So I see God. When the real smiles and the fake giggles flash, I see God. I see God when the crowds seem to take all of my attention, when times get rough and mild winds become tornadoes. I see God. Buildings crumble down while the mirror on the wall doesn't seem to tell who might be the fairest of them all. But in the midst of this all, I see God. I see skies, I see sunshine, diamonds and pearls, beauty and the beast, towers and bungalows, children at the beach, Santa and the witch, a slave with a crown and an angel with a beggar. I see poor, I see rich, but in all this clutter and distress, I see God. Intellect or profane, reject or claim, beneath the floor on which you step, I see God. I see God in an ordinary suit, clothing himself like a man and walking past as a female. I see God. As a modern day poet, I scribble down a few words and make a few rhymes, ensure that the message is passed on, and as this ink sticks onto my paper, I see God. Homes are broken and scars are cut wide open. Padlocks and passwords are cracked and open. Voices are hard and more words are yet to be spoken. More hearts are yet to be broken. Deaths and births shall be awakened while a child cries and the mother mourns. I see God. I see sunset, I see trees, I see the moonlight, I feel the breeze. I feel the rain fall onto my skin. I sense a certain peace, a certain joy that I seek beyond the horizon. Yes, I see God. I see prophets, I see kings, I see warriors, soldiers, and queens. I see a kingdom entirely different from his. I find forgiveness and mercy that doesn't seem to cease. I find the key to a promise yet to be fulfilled. And I fall to my knees, and I see God. The next one might make some people blush. Guess you feel like blushing, blush away. So it's called, the title is Reply to My I Love You.
And after marrying,
You want me to do it again? At that time? Madam. Okay, sure. I have been, and I'm going to be different things in the course of this relationship. I'm going to be composed and decomposed, trash talked, and at the same time have the nerve to ask you to ignore the things you hear about me, as horrible as they sound, whether true or false. I'm going to mess up relationships you've had with some people, whether good ones out of mere pettiness, or bad ones for the better. And still have the courage, the nerve to ask you to reply to my I love you. I'm going to be outrageous and flat out dumb in situations where I know I could have acted better. I'm going to curse and yell at you, be it in my mind or verbally. I'm going to treat you like trash on different days, on different occasions, and forget what brought us together in the first place. But please, be calm and remind me. Be logical and outsmart me. Be reasonable and just let me. Until I eventually walk right back and tell you how stupid the things I said were and how much I did not mean them. And secretly, I'll know that I probably wasn't right. Now, don't get me wrong. I'll know this, but I'll not really admit it. So you ought to just seek solace in the fact that I walked back to you and sought your forgiveness so desperately. So yeah, basically, don't push it. I'll hang out with other guys. Please don't get too jealous. Without having a clear explanation directly from me, don't lash out at me. Instead, ask me everything you want to know, and I promise I will tell you. I'll be kind on some days and mean on other days, but let it take its course. And during my mood swings, let me be. Let me snap myself out of it. Give me that space to realize how silly I look. Let me feel ashamed of any words of meanness I uttered, and let your rationality and kindness lead me to that realization. At times, indeed, I will be your best friend, and at the same time, your enemy. But in that very moment, I want you to help me, remind me of all our first dates, flirtatious statements. Remind me of the little things I used to do that made you so happy. Then softly whisper into my ear, I'm mad at you, but I still love you. With a slight emphasis on the word still. Because at that moment, I'll probably have disregarded its intensity. I'll have declared its existence void. But I will know when you say it, that it is a living, progressive work, and bent and consistent. This moment will not only explain who you know and came to love, it shall explain how you overlook the many possibilities of you ever having chosen anyone else over me. And our love in that very instance will grow inches deeper. You will watch me evolve and realize that some parts of my character are dissolving, being diluted. Upon this discovery, sit me down and ask me to recall the reactions to all my past actions, aside from all the current distractions. And in the depth of these thoughts, I will remember who I was and adjust accordingly. And you, in that particular moment, shall confirm that indeed you are the love of my life. I'll probably give you a well-deserved kiss. I'll hug you so damn tight and make sure that my message is clearly conveyed. I will be everything and more of all the stuff you definitely did not sign up for. And us being two souls whose hearts are yearning to be perfected by God Himself, in His sense of what perfect is, I'll plead with you to seek God's guidance on how to understand my capabilities, my indecencies, as well as teach you how to recognize that my shortcomings are going to be your opportunity to hold my hand and help me pick myself up, to keep me from drowning in a pit of self-pity, and obviously in this process be able to serve and glorify Him through encouraging the one person whose guts you detest, ultimate test. I will be a symbol of both happiness and stress, but let one outweigh the other at all costs. Choose to see the former as we outlive the latter. Finally, remind me of humility, because I know for sure that I will at times let pride overtake all the other norms I have learned throughout this life. Don't cease to remind me of the paths of humility, selflessness, and the likes, be it in action or in words. This sounds like vows. I just read it to myself. It's deep. Yeah. Are you guys thinking of your people? Oh.